So we finally made it. We're here at Group A. Most of you guys know them as Skunk 2. And the engine's on the dyno. We're gonna make a couple pulls and then it goes to the lucky winner. Well, there it is. That little motor strapped to an engine dyno. It works!
Got oil pressure.
Look at that. It's alive! All right, so the motor is on. You want to introduce yourself, explain what's going on, and...
Well, my name is Daniel. I do the tuning here. So pretty much what we're going to do first is just get up to temp. We're going to break in the engine. So we're going to hold it roughly at 3,000 RPM for like maybe 5-10 minutes, make sure everything's good. And after that, we're going to start making some pulls, then we'll see what happens.
All right, cool. So that was like holding for 3,000 RPM for a little bit, right?
Yeah, just to put load on it so it can seat the rings. Once we do that, we're gonna let it warm up a little bit. Then we're gonna start making some quick pulls from 35 to 8,000. And you got no cam control in there right now because we're gonna mess with that later.
Okay.
That was VTech engaging. We turned on VTech at 62.
Did you get that up there, 185?
185, that's it, we're done, go home. That's more, that's more than the K truck made on the first pull. Again, kids, rotaries are junk. Already, 255, no VTech, no cam control. Almost there, everything is looking pretty decent. We're figuring out VTech crossover points. As of right now, we're at 270. Still going up, it wants more. So now we got a little bit of cam timing in it, right? That was the difference between the crossover and the VTech now.
We put 10 degrees in it and we moved VTech up to 7,000. So we're gonna actually push it up a little bit further, right at 75, and that should take care of this dip in this region. So we're just trying to make it a crossover as smooth as possible.
Nice. Which is super conservative, very little timing in it. Like I said, we're not trying to kill this thing. The person who wins it, do whatever you want. It still climbs at 9,500. All right, one more again. Hold on, what time is it? Why is it so animated? One more again. We promised you 10K, we're gonna give you 10K. Yeah, maybe, hopefully. So listen, last time our power dropped off. We didn't quite meet the 10K, so Ron's like, hey, you guys need to go back over there and do what you're supposed to do. So, any case, we dropped off power early, so Dave came up with some solutions for us. He changed out a cam. Dave designs all the cams here for Skunk. So I touched really quick on cam height and lift and duration, all that stuff. We had a problem with this where it was just dropping out peak really early, and you had changed the cam. What was the difference between the two sets?
Okay, so the simplest explanation, the higher the RPM, the bigger the duration. When you're at lower RPM, you have more time for it to complete one cycle, but at high RPM, that cycle time becomes a lot smaller. So you got to actually make that cycle, that how long, when I say cycle, I'm saying how long the cam stays open, right? You have to make it bigger.
So that's duration?
That's duration.
Okay.
Right? On top of that, you have lift. The engine needs to get the air that it wants. How much power it's going to make is always going to be limited to whether or not it gets enough air, right? So the camshaft is essentially a device that controls how long the valves are open and how long the valves are closed. So how much air can go in, how long the compression time is, and then when it's released. That's what the cam affects. Yeah. You know, the higher the RPM, the bigger duration. If your engine has, let's say, an air requirement of 265 CFM, we actually lift it beyond that point because we need to overshoot that number. So like right now, you know, the cam graph looks like a little mountain. What the engine actually needs inside of that is like a little square, like a trapezoid, because there's a certain peak amount that it can't take anymore. The engine needs to have this square of airflow. If you fill it in where that maximum number is your peak lift, you cut off those corners of that square.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you overshoot it, you actually overshoot it early, overshoot it like that, and come back, and your square's encompassed in that lift curve.
Yeah.
You guys. So what we learned was, hold it.
Oh, and Mike is here. Listen, Micah's not a believer.
I'm not.
Today, he's gonna be a believer.
Look, I raced a Honda guy back in the day, my E30. Blew his doors off. Never liked Hondas again.
Lies,
But listen.
lies. E30s don't run for more than 5 minutes. So if you want to see Micah in some sort of Honda powered vehicle, say hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So what's the game plan today to reach that 10K?
All right, to reach that 10K, we changed our cams. Dave spec'd out another set of cams for us. The cam profile that I picked out wasn't quite matched this engine. Dave figured out the compression and all that stuff, and then he figured out a suitable set of cams for it. They changed it out here. At the same time, they put on the new billet valve cover, because all this has to come out because the chains and whatnot. This header is their race header. They assumed that I put like a whole bunch of compression in this, which I didn't. So that header is too much for this. So we're gonna do a header swap really quick and see if that picks up anything. And then we're gonna run it, wing it up to 10 grand and see what it does. Fired it back up, new header, new cams. See what it does.
Not gonna lie, for some reason that gave me chills. Kinda getting into Honda motors.
Dude, what did we make?
This guy came from New York just to ruin all of us.
Yeah, he ruined our entire audience.
What? When you get Honda channel. I like it.
I like it.
So last time we were here at 9200, it was starting to come down already.
Climbing still.
So it's still climbing at 307. So we picked up 3 horsepower and we're still climbing.
A little bit of room.
Should we do the 10K and call it off, please? Here we go.
I'm going full respect mode right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's scary, bro.
Yeah.
Where's my pop? Where's my
That's it.
There you go, Ron.
There you go, Ron.
Hey, okay, so first of all, show some respect. Everybody say thank you to Ron. Thank you, Ron. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Before we put this on, we're about to cover up this fresh new cam gear. Look at that.
Look at it. Look at it. Would you look at it?
Would you look at it?
Would you just look at it?
Would you
You guys
just?
do the hand gesture.
Would you just?
I don't care what you say, bro. Whoever gets this is gonna be like, yo, they don't know how to build a box.
Trust the process. You don't trust the process? Yeah, I don't know. I just heard that the other day.
Blue cheese? I'm addicted to blue cheese.
Suppy, you do woodwork?
Man.
Dude, he said he built this whole house. It looks just like this.
Bro, I believe that.
Right on the side of 710. You never saw it?
Yeah.
Why I got the heavy end? Because you're stronger. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Hell yeah, perfect. Shoot that shit in there, fool.
Where the screws at, fool? Good luck getting out of the package, Morgan.
This is gonna be the best box you've ever seen.
This box was built by the mind of Suppy and the hands of Diaz, okay?
It might not make it.
It's not gonna make it, dude. But listen, Morgan, congratulations.
Yes, congrats, Morgan.
This motor's sick, bro.
Yeah.
You are one lucky SOB.
Shake test. Be good.
Hurt. We need a shake test.
Shake test. Oh.
Yo, it's gonna make it.
It's gonna make it.